Breaking news. More remains have just been found. Local law enforcement are out at the Carlton Reserve at this time. Plus, I go over what could be left of Brian Laundrie's skull. And also, today's missing person is Brianna Outing. She was last seen in South Carolina. Please stay till the end of the video for that. Thank you so much.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody, where we cover murder, mystery, to the paranormal. So I just got word that while visitors were looking around the site of where Brian Laundrie's remains were originally found, it looks like more bone fragments have been located. Not sure at this time who found them first, but local law enforcement are recovering the remains right now. Honestly, I thought they tried to wrap this all up way too quick, and now I'm assuming that they would have to close the park again and go over it with a fine-tooth comb. As if the local law enforcement and others really don't need any more bad PR. I mean, people are discovering through old aerial footage that this particular area wasn't even flooded. Here is a video of that area just days after the original remains were found.
Seeded.
Plus it's crunchy too.
Yes, it's dried out.
It's dried out.
Very, very much so.
So it was, you know, the remains of Brian were found right over here. You know, the claim was that authorities, no one could get back here because it was flooded out. So you decide for yourself. I mean, it's definitely dry. The remains were found right over here. You know, a lot of grass over here. You decide. Was it flooded out back here? That prevented authorities for the last 5 weeks from checking this area. You know, Roberto and Christopher Laundrie decide to come out and help, and then within 30 minutes or so, they find the remains, or they find items belonging to Brian right in this area, like within 30 minutes. And it takes a good 20 minutes to walk here. It takes 20 minutes to walk here.
Just another thing to consider, so where this grass is, that means that there's not a whole lot of flooding. It may be a little bit moist, or you know, have a little bit of water, but it's not flooded. The flooded areas you're going to see that are brown, they're not going to have.
So what we know is they have identified Brian Laundrie's remains through dental records, meaning they have a portion of Brian Laundrie's skull and some portion of his jaw to be able to identify through dental records. After doing a little bit of research, I learned besides the pelvis bone, the skull is one of the most robust bones in our body, meaning it is very tough. That is why we have so many skulls from our ancestors, as this is typically what survives through even the toughest of elements. But with that said, we know that they only have a portion of the skull, which leads to questions. Why just a portion? Could this be an obvious answer that a gun was possibly used, such as a fatal headshot? They do also have wildlife such as wild hogs that could have tampered with his remains. Also, there is a 2-page note that has been floating around that is supposed to be from Brian Laundrie's notebook, and I just wanted to say that this has not been verified and probably made up, but what was crazy is that a person like Jennifer Coffindaffer is tweeting this out, and of all people, I just can't believe she would entertain this when we know the notebook would have some kind of water damage, and I would assume it would be hard to read. That is my speculation, of course. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. I will keep you guys updated more on what happens later today. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and smash that like button. In honor of Gabby Petito, please look at today's missing persons poster. Her name is Brianna Outing. She was last seen in Greenwood, South Carolina. Thank you so much, and take care.